Thank you. It's my pleasure, I assure you. Yes, I keep going. Well, I enjoy working. I always have done, and I suppose that has a great deal to do with it. Yes, I grew up with music. My father was concertmaster with Sir Thomas Beecham for many years. There was always music in the house and around the house, and I studied the oboe at the Royal Academy of Music in London for a while. Yes, my father estimated that the dearth of oboe players would mean a good livelihood. At any rate, there's a lot of truth in the title of my first album, Music, a Part of Me. It really is. I couldn't imagine a world devoid of music. I see what you mean. Well, first came Music, a Part of Me, then Music, a Bit More of Me, and then I suggested that we do Music, What's Left, but that didn't really meet with the approval of Capitol, and so we came up with Music, It's Happening Now. It is, in a way, for all the songs on the album are either hits or substantially very popular right now. Well, they're mine in a way, yes. Although, let me explain. What's happened on all three albums is I came up originally with an orchestration. That's deciding what instruments are used within the orchestra. I took the idea to Capitol and to David Axelrod, our producer, and he introduced me to H.B. Barnum, our arranger, and the three of us have done all three albums and will go on working together. And with H.B. Barnum, I pick the tunes that we're going to use from the top 40 charts, and then we sit down and write out the arrangements. The actual writing of the arrangements is done by H.B. Barnum. He comes up with a head arrangement. No, that's not accurate either. I hear a song, say, on my car radio, and I think how marvelous that song would sound with French horns or a calliope or bagpipes or anything. And I call David and explain my feelings about the music. And I remember these feelings so that when we actually come to a recording date, I interpret these feelings. And we work together to develop my thoughts into, well, what you hear on the album. It's a little difficult to explain. At any rate, the album is conceived on the Troika principle, three people variously involved in one undertaking. Well, I really consider myself an actor, and when everybody came to me with the idea of singing on records, I turned it down. I feel at everything I do, I like to put maximum effort into it, and as my life is so demanding in terms of acting, I couldn't do that with singing. But the demand was so much for me to make records that with my musical background, I decided to use that, which was a much stronger basis, than to start singing. And as I've said, I got together with David and H.B. and produced these albums. No, that's the voice of H.B. Barnum, singing into a rather large drum for an echo effect. One of the most wonderful things that's happened in all of this is that comment by Life magazine on the album. At first I got the impression that people would all be saying, let's buy David McCallum's album because he sings on it, and would be buying the album because of the television show. And with the Life magazine article and a great number of letters that I received, I found that people were buying the record for the sound, which has been dubbed the McCallum sound, as you've said, and this was very heartening. What would I like to hear? Well, why don't we listen to If I Were a Carpenter? Thank you for letting me intrude.